It doesn't feel like that. No, it doesn't feel like you're catching up or a bit. Not at all. I absolutely felt that Mike and myself were absolutely on the same line, going towards some end, which I wasn't sure what it was, but the process was taking me there, and I wasn't frustrated or going, oh, what's it gonna be? What's gonna happen? Or I just thought, well, I think he knows what he's doing, so I'm just going to wait and see what happens. In the meantime, I'm enjoying this process so much that I'm not questioning it. I'm just going along with it and being very open about it. And every day was different. Every day was an adventure, and I was like a sponge, and I absolutely soaked it up, and I loved it. Well, there was no shape. I mean, all I knew was that Mike said, I'm making a film set in the 50s concerning abortion. That's all I knew. And that I would be involved quite heavily. So that's all I knew. So the shape, I imagine, some sort of shape was in his head, but he doesn't tell you that. And so rehearsals, which was 6 months, and rehearsals are to do with research, discussion, and improvisations. And in my case, Mike and I created this character from the time she was born. So you literally have her whole life. You live her whole life through discussion, improvisation, and research. So it was pretty extraordinary. I mean, that's why it's so empowering, as an actor, to with Mike have created the person. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, was she a real person?" No, she wasn't. But gathered from all the research I did, things stick. And I don't know how it happens. I mean, even in rehearsals, Phil Davis, who plays her husband, we go, oh, I don't know how he does it. How is it all happening? And I mean, Phil has worked with him before, so it was quite, as I said, just extraordinary to be able to work in that way. What I don't know, but now I am aware of, is that so when I'm working with Mike on my days, the days I'm not there, he's working with, for example, with Phil Davis. And then at the time when their age they meet, we meet in rehearsals. And those characters met when they were 18, 19. And that's when I met, Phil's character. And then they had a courtship, and that took that amount of time in rehearsals, and then they got married, and then we discussed with the three of us, the children, and then we met the actors who would be playing the children further on in rehearsals. So it all is very organic in a way. It's not just sort of five actors sitting around going, right, you be mum, you be dad, you be so and so. He's getting everyone ready for the time when they actually meet. I've never improvised in my life, and but by the time you're up and running in characters, and we rehearsed in a disused hospital for 6 months, and they made us a flat to live in, and by the time you're sort of fully, well, 3/4 baked, and then start living in that flat, not living in it, doing improvisations which can last for hours and hours, you're completely those people. And then there's a period when maybe the voices aren't quite right and things aren't, but that's what this next stage of rehearsal is for. So living as that family was heaven. I mean, it wasn't in any way frightening. Of course there were little bits of, oh God, how am I going to do this, but that's what you do. And he gives you a lot of time to prepare, and when you've done an improvisation, he will stop it and pull each actor out individually and talk to them about what's going on and ideas, and then you don't talk about it with the other actors, you don't talk about what the other actors are doing, you just talk about what you were doing. So there's wonderful focus and individual tutoring going on, which is God, it's unheard of. A woman who has come through the war, as everyone had done in England at that time, a working class woman who I think was so delighted that everyone returned from the war. And I mean, we had to go through that through rehearsals. I didn't know if Phil Davis was going to come back. So the family was so happy that they were all together and making the best of everything. And I think a woman who always made the best of everything and really counted her blessings. Now, the other side of her is that she helps girls out, which she had done for a long time. And she totally believes it is the right thing to do. It is against the law, and in the film she does say in the court, I am guilty. But, she doesn't feel it's wrong. So that's all I can say on her behalf, is that she absolutely believes she was doing the right thing. Now, when it's discovered that it has been a secret from her family, I mean, that's when, she is so destroyed by what she has done to them that it takes a turn for the worse, let's say. That was very good. And I liked the fact that we snuck in there almost unannounced, not quite, but and left there with a couple of prizes. And the reaction that we got, because I hadn't heard what anyone thought of it, and my first day there was talking to a lot of press who were just so enthusiastic about it. And I thought, oh, righto, because we'd been turned down at Cannes, and I thought, oh, well, the film's obviously no good at all. Okay, that's that then. That was that year's work. Okay, move on. And that they were so crazy about it, and then the jury were, so positive and encouraging. I thought, oh, well, all right, this might be okay then, this film. And so then to get, for the film to be recognised was really great, because all that work and all the actors and all the, for everyone's work to be recognised, and that's what's coming across, is that the whole film is being applauded, really, and the filmmaking, across the board, the acting, the design, the whole look of it and everything about it has been recognised, and I think that's as it should be.